Greetings, fellow game players. Welcome to Artania, a story of a post-apocalyptic world. There are multiple endings in this game. I believe there are 10, and I have absolutely no idea which one I'm going to get. I believe I unravel the story as I play it. There is more to this than meets the eye, and the file is huge for a Unity game. I'm keen to see what this is going to be like. Right, let's go straight for it. Brightness, well, that seems okay.
Have you ever heard the stories about the end? Yes, exactly about that absolute end, when humanity is drowning into the depth of abyss. I'm sure you heard a lot of this, and I've heard one too. But this one is not about an apocalypse where zombies occupy the streets, neither about the aliens that came from the above, neither is about made-up worlds, but rather about our reality, about people. As predicted, the invention of the nuclear weapons has changed it all. Never before has murder been of this vast scale and this destructive. After the decline of the USSR, the biggest in the world arsenal of weapons was divided between new established countries, Russia, Artania, Ukraine, and other young and ambitious nations. A couple of world leaders understood that such a wide-scale spreading of nuclear weapons among young unstable political regimes can turn into a great catastrophe. Meanwhile, weak democracies were falling under the pressure of authoritarian traditions. New dictators and military junta were coming to power. This is how the project of Budapest Memorandum was born. A treaty about nuclear disarmament of post-Soviet countries. A treaty that was supposed to secure the world from a nuclear catastrophe, to create an effective system of containment and counterbalance. A treaty that was never actually signed. War came earlier. The war that swallowed up the entire world.
Are you going stalker on me? Now if it was me, just to throw that in.
My name is... Oh, it doesn't matter now. I'm just one of the stray ghosts in a dead world. There's no one to call me. But today my life has changed rapidly. I found something special.
Okay, I'm assuming I will follow these tracks. It's definitely a very silent world. I'm not sure if there will be any audio or such, so I'm going to boost my audio receiving to maximum for this. I don't think I have the ability to run. Do I? Not really, no. It seems that I have that focus where you do run with the default of Unity, but I believe it is the run increase has been switched off. I'm purely along here for the ride. But I do see a train in the distance. 10 different endings, and chances are they're all bad. I guess which way I take along this route will decide. Do I go straight or do I go sideways? I'm gonna go this way. I have no body.
Ahead you could recognize a small wooden building through the fog, and an all-industrial locomotive standing next to it. That was a sawmill.
A sawmill, you say? Maybe I'm quite literally a ghost. Maybe I'm looking for my body. I'm telling the story of who I was before I died. Let's take a look around. Ooh, an outhouse with no door. If that is the door, I can't get in. I don't know if I can pick up anything either. I don't know what to do. Let's see if there's anything important in the area. Aha! Right. It's a mouse click on the button. Okay. Let's take a look around. Some fuel canisters. Some random items here. Not really of any importance. Looking for a log. Specific. Ah, here we go. In case this chucklehead forgets everything I've explained to him during an hour-long instruction, I'm leaving you a brief one about starting an engine. To heat the boiler and prepare it for motion, you need to start fire. With the help of a lighter and enough fuel, the boiler doors have to be closed. Adjust the supply of steam to the engine with the help of a lever in the boiler's center. Adjust the speed with a valve on the right from the boiler. I recommend that you turn the acceleration valve slowly in order to give the boiler enough time to heat up. I hope that'll be alright, and your new operator won't forget anything. Just in case. You know how to get in touch with me. Good luck. I believe that is the clue for me. But I don't think I will be doing this. This doesn't look like the sort of thing where it would actually run. I believe this will just sit here. Certainly, I believe the whole journey is going to have to be on foot. And I'll see if I can get on board this thing. Oh, of course I can't jump, can I? Alright. So if I can't... No, I definitely can't go on there. Okay, I've read that. Don't think I've missed anything. Let's move along then. Do I follow the railway tracks? Or do I continue investigating where Stompies go? What's this? Is that a body? What's left of him?
I've seen a lot of bodies before. Killed during riots, frozen, suicides. But this one was different. He died recently.
Oh, inspect, search through, leave. Well, I guess I will search through the body.
In his hand, the man was holding a military radio. The transmission button is tightly fused.
Guess I'll take it.
His pockets, they are empty except for a small bunch of keys.
Take him.
On his waist, there's a parabellum gun. On its holster, there's a writing. From father to son, Luger 08 to the Reisky family.
Take it.
I've seen a lot of bodies before. Killed during riots, frozen, suicides. But this one was different. He died recently.
Looks like I get to do more than one thing.
Military uniform and equipment. A badge. Armed Forces of Artania. Apparently he was shot in the back. The bullet penetrated his bulletproof vest.
That was not a very good bulletproof vest. That must have been a straight shot. Damn. Hang on, what's this? Take a step back. Oh, damn! You died. There I was expecting a kind of Fallout 4 encounter there.
A water barrel is totally empty, but there's some petrol left in a can. I guess it was used for a generator or a chainsaw. A water barrel is totally empty.
Oh. Ah, lighter.
Good old Meepo. Such a pity there's no petrol.
Can I do that for this thing?
A water barrel
There we
is
go.
totally empty, but there's some petrol left in a can. I guess it was used.
Okay. Right, I now have the ability to use a lighter. Guess I should have looked in more detail, huh? Can I light this fire? Probably not. Shoot the dog! Got him.
I fired the gun and shot took another life with a rumble. I didn't have a choice.
Considering what happened last time, I'm not particularly surprised. Let's take a look at this dog. There is nothing to search. But as I did have a pair of keys from the guy, there is a locked door over here that I saw earlier. Let's see if those keys match it.
One of the keys from the bunch I'd found passed, and the lock succumbed to it.
Let's see if we've got a locker here. Ooh, careful now. There could be anything in these tiny lockers. Nope, they're just here purely for decoration. Can't see anything hanging on them. There's bound to be something in here. These lockers are too conveniently placed to contain nothing. Or they could contain nothing. Fine.
Apparently the murdered soldier lived here. For some time. All I found in a backpack, a half-empty notebook, and a pack of cigarettes.
Did you take them? Good for trade.
All I found in a backpack,
okay,
a half-empty...
Acoustic string. Strings are... Oh, acoustic. Strings are rigid, bronze, once upon a time. I was good at this. Let's play it. Ah, that's a bit short. Never mind. Okay, moving forward. Was there anything else important here? Oh, hang on a minute. What's this? Ah, he locked all the doors. Why? There's something in here. Oh, I see. Ah, some sort of crank here.
A lever that looks like a part of some mechanism.
I'll take that. I guess I should have searched these items in a little more detail. Very well. I will leave no stone unturned. Clearly, then, I have to start the locomotive. I would have thought there would be an axe available for me to cut up some wood so I can boil some more to get steam. Aha! I can get inside it. Freaky! Oh, it's dark. Here we go. Right, I think I may need to read those instructions again to start this thing up. There we go. That's better. Wow, I've got a valve.
I guess it's not a time yet.
Got a valve there. Some coal over there. I'll take that. Got to put that in the boiler, so I've got to open the doors first. Crank that. I don't know how these old machines work. I'm afraid I'm not really into trains. I'm assuming I will place it in the center there. As I've picked it up, I don't think I need a shovel, do I? No. Just stick it in there. Is it all in there? I'm assuming so. Okay, so now we need to light it. Come on, close that thing. There we go. Okay, we're burning it. Aha, there we go. Okay.
All the systems were ready. I had to pack everything I needed. There was a long road ahead.
Oh, I'm along for the ride. Amazing. This thing actually works. I thought for a second I had to fill it with water. But apparently it's in there. Operating this thing was a bit more simpler than I originally thought. Just load the coal, turn that handle near the boiler, turn the other side. Well, congratulations. I finished a demo version of the game. You can support it here. It's a very small sample of what to expect. But I can tell, graphic-wise, this is going to be a very interesting story. I look forward to seeing what the full version of this is. And if you want to try this yourself, the link is below. And I'll see you soon. Keep playing.